Bob McCulloch, St. Louis County Prosecuting Attorney, joins us now. Good morning, Bob McCulloch.
Morning.
Yesterday, story broke in the Post-Dispatch that you had a meeting with County Executive Charlie Dooley, in this meeting you told him that you will not be supporting him in his next election run. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, we met about a week ago, and I let him know that and why. We had a long discussion about it.
Was the meeting cordial? Was it contentious?
No, it was very cordial. I told Charlie what the issues were, and they didn't come as a surprise to him because we've talked sporadically over the years about some of these things, and more in recent times, and laid out why I think the credibility of county government has been so damaged that there needs to be a change. And Charlie disagreed with that, and we left on very friendly terms. That's why his response in the paper really kind of surprised me. I think that points out the problem. That's not Charlie Dooley. Charlie's a gentleman, and it's unfortunate that we talked about, among other things, that some of the people surrounding him have their own self-interest at heart, and I think they're the ones directing his responses yesterday, and that's what's really kind of disturbing about it.
What was it, Bob McCulloch, that was the straw that broke the camel's back?
Well, I think building everything up, and finally with the issues in the health department, and in all honesty, that nobody recognizing that there is some responsibility for what goes on in county government at the top levels of county government. When you're in charge, then you're responsible for what goes on, and there's just no recognition of that fact. And I think that has damaged the credibility of county government so much. Not just the hiring people who steal from HUD to deal with HUD, hiring people who don't pay their taxes to collect my taxes, hiring, allowing somebody to go on for years stealing millions from the health department with nobody taking any responsibility for that, and it's just almost says, hey, this is how we work.
Charlie Dooley can make the argument that maybe he's guilty of nominating or hiring the wrong people, but there's no allegations of him doing anything wrong.
No, not at all. But part of the problem is, and that was part of our discussion, is that Charlie doesn't see that there's any responsibility on his part for anything that goes on in county government, because he didn't make those decisions directly, and that's a basic issue that we have, is that you're the head guy in charge, and you're responsible, and there's just no acceptance of any responsibility, and on in business as usual.
Yeah, some of these stories that have come out, Bob McCulloch, it's very hard to find out or to see the problem with this health department. This Muth guy who was set up fake companies and collected $3.5 million in county contracts set up by fake companies. Is that easy to find out, or was that hard to find out?
Well, it went on for so long, and when you look at some of the invoices, for example, there's an invoice that comes in directed to him, by him, as a matter of fact, but passed through a number of other hands that charge the county in excess of $150,000 a month to rent about 70 computers. Now, even I know that you can buy 70 computers for a lot less than $150,000. And so that went on for years, and somebody should have picked that up. There should have been somebody who looked at it and said, "Wait a minute, why are we paying $2,000 a month to rent a computer when we can buy an even better computer for less than $2,000 a month?" That should have brought something up, but it just went on to the tune of $3.5 million.
Yeah, the fact that you are not supporting Charlie Dooley, what does that mean? Does that mean you're not going to vote for him? Does that mean you're not going to put your political your giant political machine to work for him in this next election? What does that mean?
Well, what it means is that I will be doing what I can to see that there's a change in the position of county executive. No, I won't be working for Charlie. I won't support Charlie, and I will be doing what I can to see somebody else elected.
Are you planning on running, Bob McCulloch?
I've said McGraw for 25 years that I have no interest in being county executive. That hasn't changed. But what has changed is that I think there does need to be a change in the administration there, just to restore the credibility back to county government.
Your announcement comes on the heels of the Labor Council coming out and telling Charlie Dooley that they are not going to support him. Did you have any contact with the labor unions before this decision?
Well, Labor and I are very close. We didn't coordinate any of this or discuss it, but this hasn't been a secret around town. Certainly that a lot of people are disturbed about the direction in which county government is being led. That includes labor, but everybody's made their own decisions on this. Charlie and I talked 6 months ago about this long before anybody said anything, and in all honesty, years before that. And let me say, I've always been a supporter and a friend of Charlie Dooley since he first ran for county council, and when he ran for county executive, and when he ran for Congress. I've always supported him, but it's unfortunate that our meeting was very cordial, and he was a gentleman, and he allows those around him to issue the responses that you kind of read in the paper this morning.
Yeah. Who are you supporting for county executive?
Well, I don't think it's right now there is no candidate who has announced. So I think certainly not my position. I think anybody who's running needs to make that determination, that announcement, and we'll go from there.
That is County Executive Bob McCulloch. Always a pleasure, sir. Good luck down the road, and I'm sure we'll be talking down the road. Thanks for checking in.
All right. Thank you.
Bob McCulloch, St. Louis County prosecutor, longtime prosecutor, has announced that he will not be supporting Charlie Dooley and told him to his face. He quoted the newspaper today. He said that Charlie Dooley was quoted in the newspaper as saying, "It's none of Bob McCulloch's business how this county is run. He told me about things he knows nothing about." Bob McCulloch referring to those quotes in the paper today as saying, that's not Charlie Dooley, that's Charlie Dooley's people who are responding, giving him the answers to say. That's that. So Bob McCulloch not supporting Charlie Dooley, who is going to run for county executive. Who knows?